If you wear trousers that are too slim, it can make your shoes look gigantic. And when they are too wide or too long, it can also look a little bit comical. But how do you figure out the right pant width and length for you? That's the goal of today's video. We are going to start with trouser width and then move on to the right length for your trousers. The width of your trousers primarily depends on two factors: the shape of your body and the size of your feet. Personal taste and trouser style also play a minor role, but they're not as important as those other two. So let's start with your body type and your shoes. And this one is actually quite simple. Basically, the slimmer someone is, the slimmer the trousers can be, and the bigger someone is, the wider the trousers can and should be. However, I think that most men, regardless of their body type, look best with a straight fit or with a subtle taper, because a straighter cut is versatile, comfortable, and creates a well-balanced silhouette. On the other hand, a very strong taper makes your hips appear wider and creates a V shape in your lower body, which does not look very flattering, especially for bigger gentlemen. And I believe that no man should wear skinny fit trousers. Even though they were trendy for a while, they just never look flattering, no matter how slim or athletic you are. The slimmest possible option that can still look good on some guys would be slim fit. So let's go over some ranges so you have a reference. If you're a guy with a slim frame, you can go for slim, regular, or straight fit, and the leg opening should be somewhere in the range of 6.5 to 7.5 inches. For an average build guy, you can go for slim, regular, or straight fit with a leg opening of 7 to 8.5 inches. And a guy with a bigger build can go for either a regular or relaxed fit with a leg opening of about 8.5 to 10 inches. Keep in mind that those are just some reference ranges, so you may fall slightly outside of them. In my case, I noticed that I looked better in trousers with a leg opening of around 8.5 inches compared to ones with 8 inches or less. So far, we spoke about your body shape. Let's go over how the size of your feet influences trouser width as well. And similar to your body shape, the bigger your shoes in relation to your body, the wider your trousers can be, and the smaller your shoes, the slimmer they can be. The classic rule used to be that your trousers should cover between 1.5 to 3/4 of your shoes. But I think between 1/3 to 60% of your shoes works better for most people. That being said, in my opinion, the sweet spot for the majority of guys would be about half of your shoes. But if you're a slim guy or you have small feet, a third can also work quite well. 3/4 of the shoes can look a little bit old-fashioned, and if it's less than 1/3, your shoes can start to look gigantic. Now let's talk about the overall fit of your trousers from top to bottom. This is crucial for achieving a polished look. Mid to high-rise trousers generally look better on most men than low-rise trousers. They sit at or just below your natural waist, which is around your navel, and offer several advantages. They create a more balanced silhouette by visually lengthening your legs and making your upper body look stronger. They are also more comfortable, especially when sitting down. They also help to conceal any midsection bulge, and they pair better with jackets because they create a seamless transition from top to bottom. Moving down to the thigh area, you should be able to pinch about an inch of fabric on either side of your thigh. However, you also don't want to have too much excess fabric, because then you start to look like this gentleman. And keep in mind that when you're buying trousers in a fabric that doesn't naturally stretch, a good example would be linen, you may want to have more than 1 inch of extra fabric so you can sit down comfortably. And remember that you want your entire outfit to be coherent. So if you go for wider trousers, then match this on your upper body as well. You don't want to wear a tight shirt or suit jacket with wide trousers. Now, before we move on to the trouser length, I want to quickly thank today's sponsor, Anyc Watch. They produce high quality watch winders and safe boxes at a reasonable price. These devices gently rotate your watch when you're not wearing it, keeping it wound and accurate. If you own an automatic watch, an Anyc Watch winder can help ensure it's always ready to wear without needing to reset the time and and date. Check out any watch's website for more information. Now that we covered trouser width, let's take a look at the right length for your trousers. This depends primarily on your personal preference and on the types of trousers, so I want to show you 5 different trouser breaks and let you decide which one you like the most. First, we have the full break. This is the most classic version, which is not that common anymore, and you typically only see it with older gentlemen. With the full break, you have quite a bit of fabric buildup at the bottom. So if you enjoy a more classic look and wider trousers, this may be the right choice for you. Just make sure not to have too much extra fabric, otherwise it starts to look a little bit disorganized. Next up, we have the half break. This is a more subtle option than the full break and is quite versatile. It's suitable both for the office with more formal looks, but also with casual trousers. The next option is the quarter break. You will see just a tiny bend in the fabric here, which makes it look more modern and clean. With no break, your pants just barely touch the top of your shoes without any bend in the fabric. This creates a clean, straight line, which is a very pleasing and modern look. Especially with cuff trousers, this can create a very clean appearance because it creates a nice and clean drape. Keep in mind that the type of shoes you wear also plays a role here. Because, for example, if your pants have no break when you're wearing loafers, you may actually have a slight break on other shoes like Oxfords or boots. And remember that trouser length can affect how your body proportions are perceived. Shorter men, for example, can benefit from either a quarter break or no break, which makes them appear a little bit taller, while taller men, for example, can afford a fuller break. The last one is the ankle length trouser, and this is the most modern approach, and I have to admit I'm not a big fan of this look personally. Especially if you have larger feet or a bigger midsection, I highly recommend avoiding this look, because in those cases it can actually make your shoes look gigantic and disturb the overall balance of your outfit. But how do you feel about the ankle look? Let me know in the comments below. Gentlemen, I hope you now have a better understanding of how to figure out the right trouser width and fit for you. If you have any other tips that I missed, let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching and see you again next week.